I discovered that the child I had adopted was actually the biological son of my husband and my best friend. But instead of confronting them, I secretly swapped him with an orphan from the orphanage. Over the years, my husband and best friend, who were both unaware, constantly took out loans to buy luxury goods. My best friend often hinted that the boy should inherit my company in the future. I sarcastically said, "You spend more time with my son than I do. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were his real mother." She replied, "We're friends, so it's only natural that I care for your child." 3 years later, my best friend grew worried because the boy had become cold toward her. I purposely spread news that the boy wouldn't recognize strangers as parents unless he developed a bond with them. So, my best friend and husband took out another loan and bought the house next door, hoping to spend more time with him. They hoped that, on his 18th birthday, the boy would inherit the family business and take my wealth. From then on, my best friend visited my home frequently and even took over cooking. 3 years later, on the day of my son's college entrance exam, my best friend and husband thought they could finally reveal the truth. Just then, my husband received news that I was going on a business trip. He planned to stay home and spend time with my best friend. What they didn't know was that I had installed hidden cameras at home. The next day, they woke up in my bedroom. I pretended to call them, saying I was already at the bedroom door. They panicked. When I walked in, I saw only my best friend. She explained that she had fallen asleep in my room while taking care of the boy. Meanwhile, my husband was struggling outside the window. He accidentally fell. Soon, my husband was rushed to the hospital. I walked over to him and told him that his left leg would never recover and he'd be in a wheelchair from now on. The woman shed tears of sympathy. I feigned confusion and said, "This is my husband, why are you crying?" My husband quickly tried to change the subject. At that moment, my son walked in and said he had been accepted into the best university. My husband and best friend looked smug. My son ran into the room, and the woman congratulated him. I then said, "Tomorrow, we'll hold a press conference to announce that my son will inherit the company." After saying that, I left. As I walked away, my husband said, "It's not just your mother's effort. Auntie has been taking care of you too." The woman added, "I hope you can treat me like your second mother." But what they didn't know was that I had overheard everything. The next day, the press conference was held. I announced that I would hand over the company to my son and that he would inherit my wealth. What they didn't know was that I had already split the inheritance. Then, my husband declared that the woman was his real wife and that their son was their biological child. My son stared at his father in disbelief. At that moment, my husband was still basking in the joy of a reunited family, but I cried out, accusing them of deceiving me. The guests began to defend me. The woman, however, scolded everyone, saying, "My son is the heir to the company. Anyone who speaks ill of him will be fired." She then tried to kick me out, but I wasn't afraid. I said, "I've known the truth for 18 years. My husband and the woman were completely panicked. They asked why I adopted the boy. I answered calmly, "Only by adopting him could I get my revenge." I then instructed my bodyguard to open the door and bring in the mysterious person.